Now to the latest on our heat wave. We're going to have to sweat it out for at least another week. Tonight's photo of sunset at the Goolwa Barrage was sent to us by Rachel Chapman of Athelston. In Adelaide today it was warmer than expected. We had a top of 38.5 just before 3 this afternoon after a low of 19.6. That was at 25 past 7 this morning. Currently in town still 34.3, the dew point 2.5, 15% humidity. The winds are southwesterly at 14 kilometres an hour and the barometric pressure's rising. In the north today it was very hot and dry with Ceduna reaching 41, Port Augusta and Woodner both had tops of 40. Further south it was also 39 in Renmark and Murray Bridge, slightly cooler in Port Lincoln with 37, with 32 in Kingscote, just 25 in Mount Gambier. Interstate today it was mainly fine with Broome and Alice Springs reaching 34. It was sunny and 26 in Sydney, 24 in Melbourne. The satellite picture still shows tropical cyclone Ophelia off the coast of WA and monsoonal cloud extending across the north of the country. A high centred south of Kangaroo Island will continue to direct milder southerly winds over southern coasts, but the rest of the state will remain hot and dry for at least the next 7 days. Some rains expected in Sydney tomorrow with storms in Darwin, Broome and Perth. But it should be fine in the other major centres. Alice Springs is heading for 35, 28 the forecast top in Brisbane and Canberra. Back to our state now, and in the north tomorrow, Ceduna, Port Augusta and Woodner are all heading for tops of 40, 38 for Coopapedy and Lee Creek, with 37 expected over the border in Broken Hill. Further south it'll also be very hot and dry, 38 for Maitland, Renmark and Murray Bridge, Clare and Nuruyutpa heading for 37, with 32 again in Kingscote and the pick of them, 26 in Victor. There are total fire bans tomorrow for the northwest and northeast pastoral districts and for the west coast, and UV levels will range from high to very high across the state. And for Adelaide, dry and mostly sunny with a top of 38 after a low tonight of 20. Sunrise at 8 past 7 with sunset at 7:45. Seas to half a metre with northeasterly winds turning southwesterly in the afternoon before turning southeasterly and then reaching 10 to 15 knots. Looking further ahead, still baking hot for the long weekend. 38 on Saturday, 39 on Sunday with 37 on Monday. Now recapping tonight's main story. The state government says conditions need to be met before it'll sign up to the $10 billion National Water Plan. It wants specific water allocations for the Murray Mouth. It also wants support for a $6 million project to improve the condition of Lake Albert. Water ministers will meet tomorrow. That's the news this Thursday. Thanks again for your company. I'll have an update in an hour or so. Until then, good night.